Homesteading on a Budget, being broadcast to you from Old Bastard Farms, where we are homesteading our way to self-sustenance and freedom from debt while trying to maintain a minimalist lifestyle. This is episode 1. I'm your host, Jason, and this is it, the beginning of the podcast. Exciting. I've been planning on doing this for a while, just never really got around to it with all the other stuff going on, but now I figure it's long overdue and about time. Perfect time as we're getting ready to move to the new homestead. Actually should be closing tomorrow, but with the government shutdown, our USDA RD loan is in limbo as there's no staff to authorize it. So we wait. In the meantime, let's go into a little background, I guess. We're both in our early 40s. We moved to our current homestead about 2 years ago this last August, and it's on 2.3 acres. We started out with 5 kids and have moved up to 5 kids, 2 dogs, and 11 chickens. I made an attempt both summers at gardening. The first time was just a regular garden in the ground, tilled up. And turns out I'm not so good at weeding daily, so that became overrun with weeds and got to the point where I didn't want to battle the jungle and nothing else grew. I am good at growing weeds, apparently. The next year, I did a straw bale garden, and I wasn't aware that you have to prep the bales for a considerable amount of time prior to planting inside them so that the nutrients are there. So while we did get some tomatoes and quite a few green beans, everything just kind of petered out and didn't really die, didn't really grow. I think I had some lettuce planted, green beans, tomatoes, green peppers, broccoli, and it just all kind of withered away towards the end. I'm pretty sure I do plan on doing straw bale gardening next year, or this coming summer, I should say. Done a lot of research since the previous attempt. Did a lot of research during that attempt, and I know a lot more about prepping and fertilizing the straw bales before planting. So hopefully we can have some high-yielding straw bale gardens this summer. I'm also hoping over the course of this summer to build either a 10 by 20 or 15 by 30 greenhouse, and set that up in such a way that we can hopefully have some fresh produce throughout the winter as well, and be able to get a head start on planting some seedlings and whatnot just prior to spring, and have some performing and producing vegetables before we even put them in the ground or in the bales. I actually have quite a few, a lot of projects that need to get done on the new homestead once we move. Very first priority, as soon as we move in on the same day, is to build a chicken coop inside part of the pole barn to house our chickens. We currently have 11, but I want it to be big enough to house 50. I'd like to have 50 laying hens eventually. I need to build a pen area for our dogs, and I need to set up the shop for my wood shop and get heat installed out there and get a propane tank brought in. Then we need to patch some holes in the walls of the pole barn, and looks like somebody used metal roofing for it, so there's holes from where the previous nails were that need to be caulked up so that no water leaks in. It needs to be rewired. There's electricity out there. However, all the wiring is junk, so we need to run some wire. The house itself has a sagging foundation on the addition, which is part of the master bedroom and bathroom. We have a contractor that's going to come out and jack up that part of the floor. And then while we're at it, we're going to remodel the bathroom and the master bedroom to make them an ensuite, make it one. At that point, we will have to also do the kitchen. That needs to be remodeled. We are going to be converting one of the bedrooms on the main level to a laundry room so that we can have main floor laundry. And a bunch of little touch-ups outside. The house could use some new paint, so could the pole barn and the shop. There's a number of projects. So I'm going to address each one of those on the blog and YouTube and on here. So as we get to them, you'll get to hear about them. So that's about all I've got for now. If you want to know more or look for other updates, you can go to oldbastardfarms.com. You can email us at info@oldbastardfarms.com. You can check out our Facebook page and like that, which is at facebook.com/oldbastardfarms, or search us on YouTube. We don't have a direct URL yet. Otherwise, stay tuned for the next podcast. Thanks for listening.